pop out right now, pull my big one on these hoes down. I'm not acrobatic, I'm not flipping on my bros. No, all my shit be factual, I cannot get it stolen. Real talking stick, I catch a bitch before I catch a cold.
Welcome to Zone 6. Today we're doing UCL predictions, okay? We got me, OA, we got OJ back with us, and we got two new guests, that Chef and MP. Good. I'm excited for this episode because this is the first season that Man City's going into the Champions League as reigning champs, you know what I'm saying? So this is a big episode for me. I'm happy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy.
My club nuts and champs, man. So I'm feeling a bit out of place being here. It's calm.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna press on with the groups. We've done a collated group version, which is normally what we do in Zone 6. We all had our votes and we've kind of put them together to see what we think will be who will get out of which group. And obviously different groups will have different discussions. And yeah. So the first group that we have, Group A, Bayern number 1, obviously, for obvious reasons. Manchester United number 2, Galatasaray number 3, and Copenhagen number 4. The Chef. So in your list, I think I was seeing this back. In your list, I think as a Man United fan himself, puts Man United 3 to not qualify for champs for the latter stages. And I want to know what went into that.
Bro, honestly, I'm fucking fed up. I mean, at this point, it's just a piss take. How can we as Manchester United have played 5 games in Prem and we've only managed to win 2? We've lost 3 games in Prem. I have no confidence whatsoever. We're now going into this week. We're facing Bayern Munich, who have not lost any of the last 34 Champions League group stage games. Do you know 34 group stage games expect me to have confidence? I don't have any confidence in this game. I'm a United fan till I die, but bro, I have to be realistic. I think Bayern is going to top our group, obviously, and I think Galatasaray comes next. Manchester United coming third, and then we'll do our annual Europa League run where we deceive ourselves that we're going to win, and then we end up crashing out to some Spanish team. The issue now with our squad is Ronaldo is not here to blame. De Gea is not here to blame. So who's blame shifted onto? Who? It's just not good enough. I don't think it's not.
I think. I mean, look. To be honest, Galatasaray they made some couple of signings this season. They're not looking that bad, and they'll probably give you quite a hard game, especially if you guys don't take them seriously. That's always the danger of Champions Leagues and being placed in a group that has teams that you would probably think you would get over easily. Sometimes they'll come back to shock you. But I still have Man United coming in second. I think everyone, OJ, you do as well, don't you?
Yeah, I just feel like they have a bit more quality than Galatasaray. I think maybe like their atmosphere and like their home like stadium and stuff is a factor to maybe consider, but I just think United is a better team.
Peters, what do you think as well?
Yeah, I was thinking about it when I was looking back at it. United actually don't win in Turkey, so it's a bit tricky right now. Because the last one was Istanbul Başakşehir, and the one before that was Fenerbahce in the Europa League. So going over to Turkey seems to be a problem. But I still think that United can beat Bayern in one game, in the Old Trafford game, and then get some points off Galatasaray as well to come second as well. That's what I think.
Should we move on? Next group?
Let's move to Group B.
Okay, so thank God Ato's not here today, because if he was, just with Arsenal. Look, I believe Arsenal will come first in that group. Arsenal are a great team now. Everyone can see it. I think this group, Sevilla are kings of just either coming second or coming third and going to win the Europa League.
Europa League, yeah.
At this point in time, they're literally like European football royalty in a sense, because they just get it done. Like regardless of if in the champs they don't have the best record, but when they fall down into Europa, that's when teams like Liverpool should be worried. So Vic, I won't say too much right now, but
I don't know if second and third is going to be as clear cut as it is right now. I feel like PSV might have something for Sevilla.
Yeah, I think
they have a new guy, Bakayoko. He's really in form. Brentford tried to sign him,
Yeah,
but they
no.
lost Sangare as well, and Sangare was key for them, especially in the qualifiers. Yeah, so it may go either way. I think maybe Lons have a chance, but they've lost a lot of players though.
I don't think they have a chance. And I'll tell you, the only
think
reason I don't think they have a chance is because they lost that Sesko Fofana guy. I watched Sesko Fofana play when I was in France again. It's PSG. They had a red card lens, and he still controlled the game against PSG's midfield. Of course, PSG's midfield isn't actually anything to be gassed about.
Not that crazy.
Also, if you think about, I don't think Lons have a chance in any way. Like,
I meant chance for like third, second. I don't know. Sevilla.
Bro, they played 5 games. They played 5 games in League One this season, and have a grand total of 1 draw and 4 losses.
Whoa.
They're in terrible form this
That's
season.
crazy.
Forget the can't lie.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
4 losses is crazy.
So now we have a fixture I really want to see: Madrid versus Napoli. So we got Madrid first, Napoli second, Union Berlin third, Braga fourth. So me personally, I think Madrid's going to come first because look, this is their competition at the end of the day.
Heritage.
I really don't know what to expect from Napoli this season. Like, just in general, I think Osimhen is always going to be firing on all cylinders. In terms of Cavazzaglia, I have no idea what's happening with him. I believe their manager left last season. A lot of changes going on in their team. Obviously, see what kind of happens. I like Union Berlin just because, like, I saw that, they had a good story in the Bundesliga, and I'm not going to say I followed them too much, but I obviously knew, like, they kind of did overachieve from what everyone expected from them. Now, I think because they've gone to that position, got themselves a bit of funds, it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of use that to propel themselves and try to stick at that level of, always trying to get into that top 4, top 3, because they're not going to be better than Dortmund or Bayern, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. They're in a good place right now. They have Bonucci in defense to teach some guys experience. They have Geraldo Becker in attack. They have some guys. They try to get it.
MP is the Bundesliga like I'll tell you all things to me. So.
Yeah, I mean,
coming up soon. Don't worry.
I feel like Union Berlin, like they have a chance against Napoli, I think.
But yeah, I think the group will look like this: Madrid first, but some discourse between Napoli and Union Berlin. We can move on to the next one. All right, so this group, look, Inter. I already put Inter first. I saw that game against AC Milan. They're looking good. They're looking pretty good. And I thought, after City beat them, I was thinking in my head, like, they won't be back here for a while, or they won't be challenging for a while. The things that happened with Lukaku, but they got a nice replacement in Thuram, which I think was a very smart move for them. I actually put Real Sociedad as second. All of you guys put Benfica as second, but I mean, look, I don't know too much about Benfica. I just know, like, Real Sociedad has my boy Kubo. And, I have to back that guy, man. That's my guy.
I mean, Benfica, what's his name? Di Maria has really been on form. His last 6 games, he's had 5 goals and 2 assists. So and we all know how magical Di Maria can be, especially like in clutch moments as well.
Yeah,
so he's done it on the biggest stages. There's no reason why I don't think he'll be able to get Benfica out of the group stage. I think it's very possible. So that's why I personally would say Benfica second. And Real Sociedad, they can go battle it out with the rest of the Spanish teams in Europe, but it seems like the Spanish guys love Europa, so why not?
It's true. Those top 3, I wouldn't count any of them out. Salzburg, I don't know. I'll just leave them at last.
Yeah, forget those ones are big.
Yeah. Next one. Okay. Yeah. So Atletico Madrid, probably like my least favorite team in the Champions League.
Yeah, but I think Simeone is on a slightly more attacking P right now.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of goals from them.
That's true. I mean, I do
they
like
have a lot of good attackers as well.
That's your guy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Depay.
that's my guy, Memphis Depay. He can do something for them. Memphis Depay, Griezmann connection. Then Korea on flanks. They
Yeah.
actually have a good team.
Lazio. I mean, I feel like this group is basically it makes sense. Like I feel like Lazio can be second.
They played 4 matches and they've lost 3 matches this season. we need to stop praising mediocrity.
Yeah, but it was but he played well against Napoli.
I'm
Like
not
it was a
moved.
good
I'm not
side.
moved, bro. And another thing that you need to realize that form actually carries on. So if they've played 4 matches this year and they've lost 3 matches, just because like last year is like historically known as one of the top performers in Serie A, that doesn't automatically translate onto champs. It doesn't work like that. However, they've been playing and they're going to continue playing. And for me, I'm not moved. You can't play 4 games and lose 3. That means you won 25% of your games. That's simply not good enough to come second in the Champions League group. I don't think it'll be as easy as people are trying to make it seem for last year.
All right, OJ. Yeah, next slide. Okay. Right. So we got the group of death. For this one, I'm gonna let Peter start as being a Dortmund fan. This is a big group for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, when I was watching the draw, this is exactly what I didn't want, but Dortmund have been kind of off form, but got a win last week, 4-2, good win. So, and I'm just thinking the Dortmund home record in the Champions League is quite good. When you think about the teams that have come there, Chelsea, Man City, Sevilla, even when we had a group of death before, Inter came there, couldn't win. So I don't think it may be an easy feat for guys. But I think Milan, I'm not too sure about them. That 5-1 defeat, the defensive patterns were not really looking good for them. It's looking like they try and use Rafael Leao to the most of his ability. And if you shut him down, maybe you could get something from the games.
I think Milan will come second, man. I just think their team is better than Dortmund and Newcastle. And I guess Milan have the most Chelsea players, so it's like the closest thing to home.
I didn't even realize. Oh my days.
Wow, so biased.
Yeah,
That's so crazy.
For me, you know, I don't agree with PSG coming first.
oh my.
No. And Nifemi, don't get it twisted. Dortmund not coming out of this group. Don't get it twisted. But I feel like PSG, they're only saving grace. Obviously, we all know who he is.
Yeah.
His power is like ridiculous. Let's put it like that. But as a team, I don't know if they have what it takes to top their group. I feel like, in my own opinion, AC Milan is, I won't say favorites, but I feel like they can come out of their group. Newcastle are going to have a really tough time tomorrow, turning up to the San Siro and playing against Milan. For me in particular, I mean, Giroud has been playing very well. We can't forget that Mbappe has 7 goals in his first 4 or 5 games. He's definitely going to have something to prove. Now it's just going to be hard because, like, yeah, he has Ousmane Dembele who's come, but I don't know if Kolomwani is a champs level 9, like a champs winning 9.
I think for me personally, I've seen Mbappe single-handedly like destroy teams, like even in champ. So like, you know, if all I know is like if everything's going bad for them, it only takes like
a moment of magic.
10 minutes, 5 minutes, and then it could just, the defense is still okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say like it's the best in like the world because it's not, but they still have like a solid foundation of defense. Of course, Verratti is just left, which I'll be interested to see how that impacts them. Although, they've got a lot of signings, so it's just something we're gonna have to wait and see. To be honest, my boys, man, what can I
look at? FJ, look at this group. Look at this group with a straight face and tell me that this is a group. Man City can field the under 21 team and contend in this group.
Oh, I'm just happy, man. I'm just happy.
Young boys. Anyway, that kind of like young boys that them twak United that year.
If we United that year, I can't lie.
It did. But you know,
Yeah,
I think this is coming off of a Champions League winning season. You know, meeting this type of group. You know, especially with all the changes we're going through, Gundo leaving, Riyadh leaving, and you know, us trying to find our identity again, loads of leadership. This is kind of like the perfect group to be put in, which I really like. I think Leipzig, I'm really excited, and that's my one to watch, and we'll talk about it a bit more later. Xavi Simons in Leipzig. Like, I think personally, like, I'm very happy with the way he's developing. We've been hearing about him since he was like 15, 16, even younger than that when he was at Barcelona, and then he moved to PSG. You know, so he's a really exciting prospect. I want to see what he does, and he's gonna be able to play against City, the best team in the world. So, you know,
And I want you to look at their team. They also have a Panda up front.
exactly.
He's a very, very quick, agile striker who's had 3 goals in his last 4 games.
We saw how good Dani Olmo was for them against Bayern.
Yeah.
Scoring some actually crazy goals as well.
But they have Sesko now as well. Sesko, Xavi Simons partnership.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Very dangerous because if you guys know about Benjamin Sesko and like what he actually brings. That's another number 9 that for the future it could be looking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's probably enough for this group because I mean this is the last one, yeah.
Yeah, this final group.
Again, not much to say. In my opinion, I'm choosing Barcelona as my team to watch, just because I've been watching them since last season, and you know they've actually, you know, I didn't think they would be able to recover that quickly, but they've actually been doing okay. Obviously, Real Madrid now they're really batting them for La Liga a lot more than they were last season. You know, it's been the first time in a long time they have squad depth. They somehow, even with their financial rubbish, they were able to get the players they wanted, which I really want to look into that. I don't know what's going on there,
bro.
Like you have Cancelo now, they have Felix, they have they still have Lewa, they still have
Gondo as well.
They have Gundo, but the Barcelona fans are looking forward to this, like, you know, being in the Champions League with what they seem to have, a coherent team, a very good team at that. All right, so look, we're gonna just before we end, we're gonna do a couple of awards. We always like to do awards in Zone 6, just so you guys can keep up to date with who we think, you know, is gonna boss this Champions League campaign. First thing we got is top goal scorer. Look, mine. Come on now, guys. Do I even need to say his name? Like, it's gonna be Erling Haaland. Last season, I was getting a lot of. We were talking about only KDV knows how to find Haaland. This season, you can't say that right now. You know, I've seen Kyle Walker find him. I've seen Bernardo. I'm seeing even Guardiola somehow from his left back. He's finding him. Jeremy Doku is looking with him and Haaland. The only way I don't see him getting top goal scorer is if he gets rested in a couple of those matches.
Yeah.
So, for example, if Pep believes, and you know, he should, that we can win it, and he decides to go with someone else at strike, or for example, he decides to play Alvarez as strike and someone like Oscar Bob at right wing. Yeah, shout out Oscar Bob, by the way. That's City youth guys. Just saying. So I can see, you know, but Dami, do you agree, Haaland, or do you have someone else in mind?
Kane might have something for us this season. And I'll tell you, I'll tell you why, bro. The Bayern team, for me, is set up in such a way that Kane doesn't have to do as much of the creating as he used to do in Spurs. He has 2 competent wingers, and he has a very, very competent cam in Jamal Musiala. Even if you put Musiala on the wings or wherever, bro, the creators all around him. He doesn't have to do as much of the creating as he used to do in Tottenham. And for me, that then means, like, obviously we know you put Kane in front of goal and it's almost a goal every single time. I won't be surprised if he actually becomes top goal scorer, because I think they'll go far as well.
That's understandable.
I agree with that. The only reason again that I would just say Haaland over Kane is just because of the group stage. Like, I don't
The
know
group,
how many goals Harry Kane is gonna come and score in group stages, but I feel like just because of the group stages, because I personally think Bayern are going to win the Champions League. Let me just spoil my own early, but like, and that's just because Harry Kane has always been my own guy, and I just think this is going to be his own year. But Haaland will win Golden Boots because of his easy group. That's just what I think. And obviously, Haaland is a goal scorer. Like Haaland is a
but
machine.
like
Yes, the next question is player to watch. This is just a player that maybe that you've had your eyes on that you think is quite good. It might be someone that's already risen up, someone that is yet to be discovered. This year, I have two guys. The first guy was Xavi Simons, as I said. Someone that like I've always been a fan of his game, the way he is. When he went to PSG and he didn't get the game time he wanted, I was quite excited that he went to PSV because he was really showing everyone what he can really do. The next person I have, which I kind of forgot about until I spoke about him, was my boy Jeremy Doku. This is an exciting guy. This is one of those guys that you pay to watch. You want to pay to watch him. You know what I mean? I don't know, none of you Man United guys like not type of guy. You pay to watch this type of guy. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Fez. Jeremy Doku is actually a good one, but I kind of like mine is Jude Bellingham. This guy is on the biggest of stages. This guy is on the bright, like the lights are very, very bright. And in about 5 games, Bellingham has already made himself the face of Madrid. I just feel like this season he has a lot to show and he will show. So I think he's one to watch.
for me, the two players I'm looking forward to seeing, guys will laugh at me, even though I don't see how as a team we're going to make it out to group stage. I'm really excited to see Amrabat play for United. Obviously, I haven't seen Amrabat play a minute of football at the moment. He's also injured. Well, so I don't know if we'll actually get to see him, seeing as by December I feel like we're out of the Champions League. But if we do, if we're able to see him, he's one that I really want to see.
okay. So we got team to flop.
Team
Team.
to flop. That
Well,
now. United going out group stage. Actually, maybe not group stage, but even if
Me
they go through, I think round of 16, they're out. Like,
and that's why I disagree with you. My issue is you think we're making it to round of 16. Bro, like see, I'm a United fan. I know everyone watching this video is probably gonna say this guy's not a real United fan. Bro, the difference is between me and a lot of United fans is I don't believe in miracles, I believe in facts. I believe we're not playing good football right now. We're not playing good fluent football right now. They're gonna use us for suya in the like you guys don't understand how angry I am. Like watching these games, like bro,
okay, so the next one we have, so we have the winners, as OJ said, and he'll probably expand on it a little bit more. Bayern, and actually, to be honest, that threw a spanner in like my decision making because initially I had Manchester City, my team, to win. I think I'll change it to Bayern, and I'll change it to Bayern because two teams that now have everything that they kind of want. Coupled with that, this season, if they get it right in the Bundesliga, which they should be doing with another striker like Harry Kane, they can distance themselves further enough that they can then focus on the latter stages
yeah.
to then try and dominate those latter stages. Whereas Man City, we're always going to be playing in the hardest league in the world. We're 5 games in, we haven't lost, which is looking good. However, you have some teams there like that don't have Champions League football that would normally do kind of like Tottenham or something like that, who are actually just firing. We're now going to have to we're going to soon get to those parts of the season where like it's looking tense. Every win counts. And just like last season, we were able to get over that line. What are the chances that we're able to get over that line twice? What are the chances that we're going to four-peat the Prem, which has never been done ever, or win the champs? I think one of them has to go, and I don't know which one it is, which is why I picked Bayern.
Yes. I feel like with Bayern, like as you said, they have everything that they ever wanted. Like Musiala is literally like approaching his peak, and they have Harry Kane at his own peak. and they have a coach that won the Champions League like 3 seasons ago. I would have gone with City as well, but doing the treble is not something that is easy, man. And I feel like City are going to win the Prem again. And even though I was a bit like, I don't know if Doku will suit the system. Like it is clear that it doesn't matter.
He
Like that.
suits it, man. He suits it, guy. He just like, oh my days, guy
Yeah.
could cry. Do you know, like, to have a winger like that since Sane Sterling times? Oh man,
Yeah.
like these slow
But
wingers, like I like them, but continue.
But yeah, like it'll just be interesting because I think City are going to go far. I just feel like again, like as you said, Bayern are just going to wrap everything up and they can really just focus on champs and
For you guys, Damien, the MP, what he said about this?
For winners, I think I'm just gonna go with Real Madrid.
Yeah, okay.
Real Madrid is their competition. They have Bellingham now. The midfield is looking more complete. They have a lot of people. They have Camavinga. They have Tchouaméni. So I just can't imagine with that much talent. But
Yeah.
when Vinicius comes back, we might see something from him as well. Rodrigo, but they lost Benzema though, bro.
yeah,
I still think they should be able to.
As you said, if Real Madrid wins this, there's nothing we can say about Bellingham ever again.
yeah, exactly.
It means he's just chosen the perfect career to propel himself to greatness.
Yeah, I mean, to even add to that, for me, all the three teams that have been mentioned were written down on my list. I very much believe we could go to either Real, Bayern, or Man City. Because
Yeah.
if you think about it, the City team that won Champions League last year, I think they've improved. No much more needs to be said. If you're improving a team that was able to win you a treble last season, I don't know how much more other teams have improved that makes your chances harder. So I'll say City are favorites in my opinion, but Bayern have something for us.
Yeah.
Real
Bayern
Madrid,
will be
Real
there.
Madrid. If there's one thing I've learned about Real Madrid is I don't know if you can ever count them out in Champions League. Like no matter what, no matter how it is, they always find a way to surprise guys. I think Bayern, Real Madrid, and Man City. You can go. I think no one outside those three are going to win. It
Yeah,
has to be between those two.
it'll be a good campaign to watch though, like because they're
Yeah.
actually like a number of very, very good teams and like the quarterfinals, semifinals, they'll be very, very good games. So I'm excited to watch champs this year, man.
Excited. I'm excited. Obviously, there are a couple of teams that are on there, which thank God. Chelsea, Liverpool, bye-bye. But it'll still be a good campaign without you guys. And, we're going to wrap up here. We're going to see what happens. And, hopefully our predictions come right, at least some of us. So, yeah, catch you guys later. That's it.